for joining me again for our Christmas countdown cooking with Claus. Today we have a different recipe. Now, if you'd like to find those recipes, you can go to crafterscountdown.com and they'll be under the 2018 Christmas Countdown with Mrs. Claus. And with that, let's go to our Advent calendar and find out what today's recipe is. Day 2, it's December 2nd. I'm so excited as we count down these days until Christmas. Won't Fail Fudge. This is one of my mom's recipes. She makes it every year and it's so delicious, and it's called Won't Fail because it is so easy. It's wonderful. So let me get the ingredients out, and then remember yesterday I talked about washing your hands before you get started. So I'm going to wash my hands at the sink, get everything out, and we will start making our Won't Fail Fudge. Okay, so the first thing that you need are 16 marshmallows. Now, I put in the recipe that you can use either marshmallows or marshmallow cream, and there is a recipe in the card to tell you how to make homemade marshmallow cream, which is really good. Normally I would do that, but because we're doing 25 different recipes, we're going to be seeing marshmallows again in a different recipe, and so I thought that I would just buy one big bag of them and use them for all of the recipes. And then we're also going to add the evaporated milk, which comes in a can. It's a little bit more yellow than regular milk would be. And our butter. And again, I said yesterday that there is a difference between butter and margarine, and I think butter's better. It's a little bit healthier and it's got better fat in it, so go ahead and use the good stuff. And then our sugar. And our salt. Okay, and then we're going to stir this while it heats up and melts those marshmallows, and bring it to a boil. We've boiled this for 5 minutes and it's completely liquid. You want to make sure that you do that on a medium-high heat and not full high so that you don't scald your milk. And then we're going to remove from the heat and add our semi-sweet chocolate morsels, or pieces, or chips. You can call it whatever you want. And we're going to stir that until they are melted. It's really hard not to pop one into your mouth while you're putting them in there, isn't it? Oh, I love this. Smells so good. Starting to smell a lot like Christmas. All right, our chocolate's melted, and now we're going to go ahead and add our vanilla. If you add the vanilla when it's too hot, then it evaporates and doesn't leave the flavoring into your food. So you want to add it when it's not boiling anymore. And then we're also going to add our walnuts from the recipe. Stir that in there. Get this all mixed up. Nice and wonderful. Ooh, and because this doesn't have any raw eggs or anything in it, then it's okay to lick the spoon in the bowl. But once it's cooled off, of course, you don't want to burn yourself. Okay, and then I've buttered my pan, and we're going to pour this into the square pan. And I went and got a spatula so that I could get all of this out of here. Put it in there. Now, certainly if you didn't care for walnuts, you could use a different nut, or don't use any nuts at all. That's perfectly fine, especially if you have a nut allergy or something, right? So it's not absolutely necessary to put the nuts in here. And then we just set this aside and let it cool. You know, you may need to put maybe a plate on top of it, or some plastic wrap or some wax paper, just to make sure nothing flies or falls into it. Right. And then the best part is that you get to lick this while you're waiting for it. Okay, well, our fudge has cooled, and now we just slice it so you can go around the edge to make sure that it comes off of there. And then we will slice it into some pieces. Gets a little tricky when you hit one of those nuts, doesn't it? Okay. You can make these big pieces or small pieces. It's really rich, so I don't like them to be too big for me to eat. You know, if you just wanted to be adventurous, you could put a drop of mint in here instead of the vanilla. I love chocolate mint, it's wonderful. And the first one that you take out is usually the one that you get to eat, because it's a little bit difficult to get the knife under there and pry these out. So that one will be mine in a little bit. And then we will get these out of here. All right, and there we go. We have fudge for our second day of Christmas. Thank you so much for joining me today as we count down these wonderful days of Christmas with a different recipe each day. And we will have so many goodies. It's going to be wonderful. I hope to see you tomorrow. Thanks so much. Bye-bye.